Hey guys, coming in with me another movie review for guys, and this movie I'm reviewing, I know that I've said I've been trying to make my top 10 list, and that the majority of the movies I'm going to be reviewing are because I think they're going to make that top 10 list. This is not one of those movies. I watched this movie because I just wanted to watch it. I thought it'd be fun. I've heard this movie is a lot of fun, and I wanted to see it before the year was over so I could review for you guys. There's some movies I'm reviewing just because I want to review them before the year's over. They're not all specifically for my top 10. I just want you guys to know that. Now, most of them, yes, they are either for my best or my worst list, but this movie isn't for that. It's just a fun movie that I really did want to watch, and that movie is Entourage. At first, I wasn't going to watch the movie. The reason it took me so long to watch this movie is because I did not watch the TV show. And most times when you do that, you need to watch the TV show. And I kind of thought, well, you know what? Fuck, I haven't seen the show. What's the point in watching the movie? But I heard reviews saying, "Oh, you don't need to watch you can watch the movie without watching the TV show. You can just go into it. You don't have to watch anything. Just know the basic concept and you're good." And that's exactly what I did. I didn't really know much about Entourage, and I came out of this movie thinking it was fun. I thought this was a fun movie. I overall really did enjoy Entourage. It's a fun movie. It's a pretty great movie, definitely. It's a very fun, like, buddy comedy that I overall really enjoyed, and I definitely really loved it. But again, I'm not going to give the passion that you think I might give because I'm just not as big as a fan of Entourage, so I'm really not the demographic, for this review, you know? If you guys want to hear a more passionate review, look for someone who has seen Entourage and not me, who hasn't seen a single episode. Basically, though, I do really like the plot of this movie. We focus on Vince Chase, who he is separated from his wife after 9 days of marriage, apparently, and he wants to do something new in his career, and he calls his agent. Now, I guess in the show he did get married, but they quickly abandon that, and he calls his agent, basically his old agent Ari, who offers Vince a role in his, first studio production, but he says he will only star in it if he directs, and from here, there are a lot of conflicts going on with not wanting to show this movie and him wanting to keep it secret, and there's a lot of side plots going on that basically is the plot of Entourage, and this is just a really fun movie. This is not really a movie that requires high-level thinking. This is not a movie you really need to focus on. It's just a really fun, entertaining film. Honestly, that's the end of this review. I don't really have, if I weren't to go more in depth, that's be the end of this review. But there are a lot of things I definitely do want to highlight in this film. By far, the best thing about this movie is all of the acting. All the acting in this film is great. I think everyone really gave a really great performance. I think they all really did a great job. And I just want to highlight all four of the actors here. Kevin Connolly, Adrian Greener, Kevin Dillon, and Jerry Ferrara, our four main actors, all did a great job. They all were very funny, and I really loved all of their characters. I thought they all were really great, and the bonding that these four have are just great, and you can relate to them so much because we all have friends like this. We all have friends that will just want the time of their life no matter what, and will just start talking about the most random things, and they're so funny to watch. I mean, throughout this entire movie, they're surrounded by beautiful women, and many of them get involved with celebrities, and it's really funny. It didn't feel forced just because it worked with their characters. These are clearly characters that are just there for their friend, and they're trying to make they're trying to make their stay in LA the best time of their life, and they want to make it as memorable as possible, and a lot of things happen because of that, and I definitely really love that, and I think they all were really great characters. I especially really liked, though, Adrian Greener as Vincent Chase, though. I thought he was a very good character, and again, I haven't seen Entourage, so I can't really say too much, but what I liked about his character specifically is just how passionate he was about this movie, and how he wanted to be the best it could possibly be, and the reason he wanted anyone to see it is because it just wasn't ready yet. There are constantly points in the film where he's like, this is not ready yet, you gotta wait. And that's really how movies and TV shows are. You gotta wait a certain amount of time. There are reasons why movies are pushed back. There are reasons why shows are pushed back. Because they want to give good time. Now, a lot of times it's for something like effects, but very rarely, and when it's a good thing is when it's pushed back for writing, and it's pushed back because they just wanted a better story, or they just couldn't get the film out when they promised they could. There's a lot of that in this movie, and I really like the way they handled that. I think Adrian Greener really did that very, very well. Kevin Dillon as Drama Chase is so funny. I loved his character. I thought he was very funny in this movie. Jerry Ferrara, I love as Turtle. He was so great here. He's a millionaire billionaire, and constantly we are told of the possessions that he has, and people are very jealous because of what he has. He has all these girls, things like that, because he won the lottery, and I love that about his character. He was very funny. However, Jeremy Piven as Ari steals the show in every scene he was in. Now, Ari Gold is a dick. He is a manipulative dick. He only cares about himself. He will do whatever he can to get what he wants, and I love that about his character. He's so funny. I mean, just have him go on a rant about anything, hilarious. I loved his character. I was laughing so many times at him. He was just so great this entire film. Honestly, I loved his character. He really did a great job. And he has this hilarious side plot with Rex Lee, who clearly does like him, but he's not gay, and constantly is, basically insulting him for that, and it's very funny. It's not meant to be offensive. It's just very fun banter between these two that I really love, and I think they both did a very good job, and I love their characters. I love Billy Bob Thornton and Haley Joel Osment in this movie as well. They are two brothers who think they know the movie business, but they really don't. They have all these suggestions for things that they want, but they're really not, made for the movie business, and it's very funny to see their suggestions that just aren't really good at all, and I really thought their characters were very funny, especially Haley Joel Osment. You could tell he was having the time of his life for this movie, as was everyone. Everyone seemed like they were having a great time, and this didn't really feel like, oh, we're just making a movie for Entourage for the hell of it because people weren't satisfied with the ending. It really just felt like they were giving their all. They were trying to give the best performances that they could possibly give, and I definitely really love that. And something else I was very surprised by were the cameos here. They all worked very well. None of them felt phoned in. A lot of them really worked and actually gave some very funny performances in this movie. The reason they work so well is because there is a story, but a lot of it does involve these celebrities, and they just incorporated them very, very well here. There's a subplot with one of the guys and Ronda Rousey, and how he actually likes her and wants to be with her, and it was actually quite sweet. I did like it, but then there's another plot, there's another subplot where we find out that Travis is upset that, Vince is spending time with Emily Ratajkowski, I think her name is, and that was just hilarious. I love that whole plot, very funny stuff there, and I definitely love the way that was done. Definitely funny stuff with all the cameos. Bob Saget's, though, might have been my favorite. I mean, just the things he said, I thought was so great. He has this one scene in the film that I was just dying laughing at. Probably one of my favorite scenes of the film. He did a great job. I definitely really loved his character, and I really thought he was very, very good. The directing by Doug Ellen, you can tell that he, I think, was a fan of Entourage. In fact, I think he's the guy that he did do the TV show Entourage, so he knows what he's doing here. I heard the last season wasn't that great, and I heard a lot of this movie, they don't reference that, which is good because I heard it was very drama-filled and really ruined a lot of the show, so I like that he basically kept it simple here, and just tried to make it a fun film, and he made it a film. He didn't try to make it like a continuation of the show. What he did was make it a film that people could see and enjoy, make it a fun summer film, but also make it a good conclusion for the series, which, yeah, I do think it's a good conclusion, honestly. I don't know how the show ended. I don't know these characters, really. I think I know them from this movie, but I haven't seen the show, so I can't say if it's a good conclusion or not. It's just what we've seen. I think it is a good way to definitely leave off. I will definitely say that. My main issue with Entourage, I will say, though, is just that it's a very by-the-numbers story. There is stuff that goes on in the film. It never really got too emotional, though. There really wasn't a lot of heart in this movie. I kind of wanted some emotional scenes, and yes, I get that this is just supposed to be a fun film. I understand that, but I did want some emotional scenes in there, and there really weren't any. I kind of just wanted a bit more. Just a bit more for me to remember, because a lot of this movie I'm not really going to remember. I'm just going to remember this as a fun film. It was a fun watch. It was something I enjoyed watching, but it's nothing I'm going to be like, oh yeah, Entourage is one of the best movies of the year. It's just not, it's just a fun movie, and I get that. It's just, for me personally, I just would have wanted a bit more memorable scenes, and I really didn't get that. I definitely wanted a lot, but there are some very funny scenes, I will say. Mostly every joke works in this movie. I was constantly laughing. I was really loving what I was seeing. There were just so many funny jokes in this movie, and a lot of them were very basic, and I really liked that. A lot of them didn't just rely off the celebrities. A lot of it is just the playoffs of just how these four men play off of each other. It's just so great. They all work so well together, and I love their characters. Plus, anything Ari said, I laughed at. He's a great character. I love his character. He's very funny. I thought he was really great in the film. And there's also this really great scene where they're about to preview the film, and it is pretty hilarious what ends up happening. I definitely really love that. But like I said, really my only complaint with the film is just that I did feel was a bit too, just by the numbers. I definitely did feel that way. I felt like it was by the numbers. I felt like there was stuff going on, but again, because I didn't know Entourage, I couldn't really say invest in it, and I do wish I would have binged the show a little bit, but I do feel like I kind of would have had a bitter taste for it, because I heard the last season really isn't all that great. So I feel like we would have gone into this movie a little bit, skeptical, and I would have come out probably having a really good time. I did catch some references, though. I looked up what some of them meant, and some of them were definitely very funny. I definitely really like the ending of the film. It's just, there's a part in the second half of the film where I just didn't care as much as I wanted to. I realized that I didn't care about these characters as much. I didn't really feel attached to them, just because I hadn't seen the TV show. And I can understand if someone's like, you're really stupid for not watching the show. I know, okay? I don't have the time. I don't, honestly. I don't have the time. If I had the time, I would have, but I just didn't have the time, and unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to binge the show. I was going to. I was gonna binge the show, but it's one of those things where I say I'm gonna do something and I don't. A lot of times I plan for things and it just doesn't happen. This is a very good example of that, and I really want to watch the show, but I didn't get a chance to. I really did love the editing to this film. It's very quickly edited, and so it's edited to the point where you could miss a joke. I mean, it's a very quick film, even though it's a long, it's 104 minutes. It's the perfect length, by the way. This movie went by very fast. I was definitely into it pretty much the entire time. I mean, even if there was a scene I wasn't into, it would be followed by something I was into, and I definitely really love that. And they really did keep us invested the whole time, and there really is a lot of great movie talk in this film. There really is just discussions about movies and why they're important and things that you need in movies and things that movies had. That's something I like the movie had. Like, the movie knows what makes a good film, and I definitely like the film had that. It's just the things that film we're talking about, the movie doesn't necessarily have, it doesn't necessarily have that, but it really is not that kind of film. A lot of my flaws for this movie, I can get past, honestly. I can get past it because I had so much fun with this movie. The cinematography is great. You feel like you're in California. You feel like there are celebrities living all around you. I mean, just imagine if you live in the California area. I always imagine what that'd be like. It'd be incredible. It really would. I mean, you go outside, there's celebrities all around you, and just the way they play that off in this film is great, and I definitely really love that. So overall, guys, I really did enjoy Entourage. I thought it was a very fun film overall. It was exactly what I thought it was going to be. A fun film. It was very funny. Is it necessarily memorable? Yes, I will remember a lot of some things about this movie. It's not the most memorable film ever. I definitely would give it another watch, though. Definitely I would. And I am going to give Entourage a 4 to 5 or a B+. I would definitely recommend it. Like I said, I think I would have just liked it just a bit more if I would have watched the TV show. And I do encourage you, if you watch this, to watch the TV show before, just because I feel you'll have more of an attachment to these characters, and you'll feel like you know them better than you did while watching the movie. But as a movie, I do think it really does work as its own thing. I will definitely say that. But alright, guys, let me know what you guys saw of Entourage. If you have seen it, I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. And we'll see you guys in the next video, which will be for another movie review, and we'll see you guys for that. Okay, bye.